Hi, everybody. Welcome to Wednesday's self-care class. My name is Wah, and I'll be guiding your class. This is based on this book, Self-Care, and also it comes with a deck of cards, so you can kind of follow along and make up your own sequences. So each time in our self-care class, we focus on one of the sections. So there's 4 sections. They each have a different color. And so I think what we're up to today are the integrate cards. So integrate is, hey Gina, integrate is about bringing something into the core of your being. And really most important, it's about the things that you unconsciously bring into your being that don't actually help you. So that would be media, that would be other people's opinions, that would be advice that is not coming from the inside. And so there are a lot of different breathing techniques and a lot of clearing techniques which are from the integrate section. So integrate section deals with the meridians of the spleen. When the spleen is not working well, when it's not strong, then you have a lot of anxiety, you have unclear thinking, you're very worried about what other people think about you. Cloudy thought process. You can't figure out what's yours and what belongs to someone else. You can't figure out which work is yours and which work belongs to someone else, right? So you take on someone else's work and say, well, let me help you do that. And it's like, no, you're not allowed to do that. Each person has to do their own work. So, and there's Michelle. Hi, Michelle. The other meridians that are associated with the integrate section are the heart. When the heart is not strong, then there's no flow. You're just like, woo. People who have heart congestion, they're like, yep, nope, just got to do it. It's like, whoa, right? When there's flow, then it's like, I'm grateful for all the opportunities. I'm so happy that you're here. There's flow. There's a sense of giving and taking. You don't have to be in control because you're able to receive from the universe. And the last meridian in the integrate section then is the small intestine. Small intestine is about separating the pure from the impure. All right. So when small intestine is not working, then you're unable to kind of navigate your way. You're unable to see what's right for you. You're unable to bring in the things that are right. Again, you're bringing in other people's stuff. You're bringing in what you think is right. It's like, no, just bring in what you know is right and make that an integral part of your day. All right, so we'll do some wonderful things focusing on and celebrating the integrate cards. Rub your palms together. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hey, Coral. And just soften the finger joints, soften the wrist joints, and just feel something in between your hands. Oh, and also you should know I'm starting to work with teens. So, and there is Jay Simran. I'm working with her teen. If you have a teen that you would like me to work with, go ahead and text or chat me, and I'm happy to use self-care in order to activate and empower our teenagers. Something is in between your hands, and you created it. All right, now bring that energy over your eyes. Cup your palms over your eyes. Keep the breathing passage open. And just open your eyes and receive. Focus the eyes on a light. far in the distance, a star, the sun rising or setting. Holding the eyes steady and receiving something from the universe of which you are a part. Close the eyes. Good, just wash the hands. One around the other, just squeezing one. Squeezing fingers, squeezing thumbs. Maybe you'll rub your palms together with the fingers kind of interlaced. You'll do something in a way that feels good for you. Let's go ahead and swing the hands from side to side. And you'll notice that the sound moves from the left to the right. I can hear it even with my earbuds in. Not as strong, but the left and the right ear are symmetrical, but they are not identical. There are a few acupressure points that are different from the left ear to the right ear, and they correspond to different sides of the brain. Yay! Whoops. Okay. Bring that energy over the eyes, cup the palms over the eyes, open the eyes into the hands. And just receive. Focus the eyes on a light in the distance. The light reflecting on the top of a church. The sunlight reflecting on the ocean water. Chin is heavy. Heart is open. Good, and last time. Rubbing the palms together. Wrists are relaxed. Making sure the sound is loud enough for Sweden. So now dream up something that's amazing. Create some fairy dust. You may need to sprinkle it on someone today. Good. Take that fairy dust, bring it over the eyes, and just receive what would it be like if you were sprinkled with fairy dust. A magic potion to make your day go perfectly, beautifully right. And close the eyes. Or open the eyes. All right. Fingertips in the scalp. We'll begin the way we begin many of our classes with card number 1. Massage the scalp. All right, so you're going to bring your fingertips into the scalp. You're going to move the scalp over the skull bone. There's a layer of fluid there. So you can move your hands like claws. You can like squish around. You can grab tufts of hair, move back and forth. So the idea is to create a steady flow of cerebrospinal fluid in the head. And as you encounter something that's stagnant or stuck, you'll begin with the clearing breath, which is blowing out through the mouth, exhaling through the mouth like you're blowing out birthday candles. Lots of meridians going through the head, all along the side of the head, triple warmer meridian, gallbladder meridian. Top of the head, governor meridian. Okay, flounce the hair. Just like move the hair around. Clean the hair. Clean the memory. Good, and relax the hands down. And just feel how you feel. So one of the integrate cards is, well, let's just take the top one, which is snarl. But before we snarl, a more gentle approach then is just clearing your throat. Don't do it too hard. We don't need to, abrasion in the throat, but just like a okay, so you're pushing back. You're using the diaphragm to then push back. So as you push back, create an imaginary circle around the body. Just like you had a stick you're drawing in the sand. 6 feet. That's funny. A 6 foot distance. And in that 6 foot distance, in that area that is 6 feet, on either side, in front, behind you, above you, and below you, you're going to put your energy. So it's going to be your color, or it might be your music, or it might be your sound. It might be a certain feeling. It might just be like, oh, okay, nice. This is my whole area today is going to be flowy. I'm going to be flowing. Or you might decorate it with pine cones or leaves or special rocks or crystals or the idea behind self-care is that you are creating a world in which you can participate. It's something that you feels good to you, all right? So that you can function at your highest, at your best. It isn't what you've learned. It isn't some alignment thing of, anatomy or bones or anything like that. It's just creating a mood and allowing yourself to be in your space. And whatever comes up in that space, cool. And if something comes up that's frustrating, then you have a working energy field that is able to bring in what serves you and allows you to release what doesn't serve you, right? All right, let's do some impact stimulation, all right? So we do compression therapy, so sometimes we squeeze, and if you are a little bit more tender today, like say you just got out of surgery, something like that, instead of hitting or impact stimulation, you might just squeeze along those lines, okay? You'll just squeeze what you can. For those of you who are well, we're going to do impact stimulation. This is card number 14. Wow, you can't see that at all. I'm sorry. Squeeze muscle to the bone. Okay, card number 14. All right, so both sides, palm of the hand, top of the wrist, bottom of the wrist, all around. You can use your fingers. You can use more of a palm area. Other side. So top of the hand, top of the wrist, and palm of the hand, and underside of the wrist. You do want to do the joints. Okay, sometimes they say, oh, watch out for the joints. It's like, no, they need stimulation too. You don't pound on the tender part of the joint, back of the knee or inside of the elbow. But in general, the joints need clearing too. All right, let's use compression on the face. So just same like we did when we were doing the scalp. So just use your fingertips and just stimulate the face. Okay. Fingertips, if you have long nails, you can't do it, then you're using knuckles, or you're using thumbs, or you're using the heel of the hand, whatever you can do. Good. Underneath the jaw, so all those salivary glands, lymph glands. Good. All along the neck. Just move the neck and just move just anything that feels good. So just move the tissue in the neck. Sometimes we move the vocal cords. So you just like press in. Get the back of the neck. Right? So what I'm feeling now, I narrate sometimes so that you can understand what's happening inside. So that what I'm feeling is I'm able to release the feeling that I'm carrying the weight of the world. Right? So the Tibetan genocide is my fault, in case you didn't know. And like Nazi Germany, that's my fault. And a current political situation, like that's my fault. I'm holding the weight of the world. So as I'm moving the neck and then allowing that to release, and then it's okay. There's a sense of forgiveness. Okay. So go ahead and let's go opposite side. So just go ahead, take your hand and just squeeze the trapezius. So you might need to shrug the shoulder up just slightly, and you can move the neck. Good, and then relax it, and then squeeze one more time. And other side. Okay, so you just shrug the shoulder up just slightly so that the neck, the muscle will soften. And then you just squeeze it in between the fingertips and the heel of the hand. Good. And then an exhale. This is all about self-messaging. So when you go in, you do your self-care work, you're looking for things that don't have brightness. They're not like things that are happy. They're like bing, bing, bong, bong, bong. You know, they're like sparkly and they're moving and they're spiraling and they're excited and enthusiastic and optimistic. And they're like the birds outside that are like, oh my God, there's food, there's water. Like they're just excited, right? That is renewal energy. In the universe, it's just a universal law. So as you're moving through your self-care practice, whether you're including yoga or you're just doing this class or anything, you're looking for areas in the body which are not happy, buzzy, sparkling, right? It's just kind of like, ugh. That is the thing that needs to be released. And so, as we're moving through this and squeezing the trapezius, then it's like, I'm sending a message to myself that I don't need to hold the weight of the world. Everything that's gone wrong in the world is not my fault. So I'm just narrating my process. Your process might be different. Like I don't need to be mad at her. She already has her own problems, her own destiny, and her own life to worry about. Like I don't need to be uptight about her. I don't need to resolve that argument. And so then inhale and just think about something that's stuck in you. And as you exhale through the mouth, blowing out birthday candles, see if you can forgive and allow that which doesn't serve you to release. Okay, let's tap the thymus. Card number 6, I think. Tap your thymus. Ta-da! Thank you, Valerie, for these beautiful illustrations. So we're only going to do the thymus. So just you're tapping with or thumping with your fingertips, or again with your knuckles, depending on the length of your nails. Everything's okay. Everything's okay. You repeat that out loud. Everything's okay. Everything's okay. Everything's okay. Everything's okay. Everything's okay. And then relax the hand down. Take a nice breath in. So when I was doing that, I wanted to cry, right? I was just like, oh my God, like we are so bad to each other. We kill each other and we do bad things to each other. And it's just like, no, everything's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. So then inhale. And whatever has come up, then just allow that to go. We are separating the pure from the impure. We're separating that which is your work from that which is not your work. Blow it out. You can do your own work. You cannot do other people's work. You can inspire them. You can do your work and allow that energy of sparkle and excitement to radiate out to others. You can hold space for others and tell them that you love them and that they're doing a great job with their own work. You can encourage, support, and hold space for other people. You're not allowed to do their work. That's called stealing. All right, let's continue with our impact stimulation. Okay, so you can do flat hands. You can do the fists. So you can be Tarzan if you want. Oh, okay. We're just waking up. So it's up to you. Flat hands or fists. And we are going to go anywhere where you think there are lungs. Try and wrap around the rib cage. Go back up to the upper lungs. Oh. Good, and then just do one side. So one hand goes to the opposite chest area. Go underneath the arm. And then down in the lower lungs. You know Simhasana, that's the lion's breath. That's another one. That's where the card snarl came from, in case you were ever wondering. The snarl card is a version of Simhasana. All right, so Simhasana is the lion. The lion has claws and wild eyes, and the tongue is out, and you're super scary. You're just like you're the wicked witch at that point, right? You're just like, right? And then the socially acceptable version of that is, right? So it's the mama mountain lion protecting her cubs, right? Now the strange part about that is that you will do that for your kids if you're mom or dad. You will not always do that for yourself. You will not always protect yourself. You'll just be like, I don't know, I guess maybe I deserved that. Or maybe I just don't deserve to have the most miraculous day ever, right? But if it was your child who was being victimized or brutalized or, gaslighting, bullying, like whatever it is, then you'd be like, don't you do that to my child, right? So man or woman, that instinct is there. You want to protect your kids. Do that for yourself. Just try it. Right? So what you're doing is you're pushing back on a concept. Like in my case, it might be racism or bullying, the ways that we have harmed each other through society. And so you're doing it directly to bullying, right? So you're just like, every time you see bullying, you're like, okay. I hope that was fun for you. Okay. Close your mouth. Lips are touching, teeth are not. And then inhale and see if that breath is cleaner. Is there more space for you in your body, in your world? Yeah. Hi, Lahoma. Hi, everybody. I'm trying to say hi to everyone. All right. Is there anything else that we would like to? It's like you're snarling. Like, don't even think about coming near me with that. Okay. So I don't know. Let's do it to lockdown, economic collapse, poor leadership. Let's do it to that. Okay. So it's just like, okay, everybody has to lock down because there's whatever. We have to shut the entire world down and all the businesses. There will be no restaurants open. So good luck with that. Don't even come near me with those thoughts because they're not useful. It has never been recommended. It's not the highest energy. It doesn't allow us to grow. Right? One more time. Be that mountain lion. It could also be to someone who just puts you down all the time, right? Like, I don't know all of your situations, right? Or it could be to your illness, right? It's just like, oh, I have pneumonia. Don't even think. I have breast cancer. I have lung cancer. Don't even think of coming close. Inhale, lips touching, teeth are not. Is there more room for you? Is that a cleaner breath? Exhale. Right? And so still, I feel like crying, right? So in other words, I want you to understand the process of clearing and the process of healing. So just because you just went, that might clear it. Or you might just go to the ladies' room or walk down the hall and just go, okay, I'm fine. Everything's fine. It's fine. I'm fine. Well, I'm doing it, so let's do it. I'm fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. And relax the hand down. So then in my mind, I'm feeling like we have the opportunity to make things better. That's a very different thought than Nazi Germany was my fault. The Tibetan genocide from the Chinese government, that's my fault. Racism is my fault, right? So these are, and we're talking about the integrate cards. We're talking about other people's energies, opinions, happenings, experiences that come into us and we adopt them. So this is empathy. This is what we do as a child, right? So what we see, we're like, wow, that must be all my fault because I see God out there. So we imprint our parents' problems, their alcoholism, whatever it is, they fight with each other. And it's like, as a child, you think it's your fault. So you have to work to release that. Okay? All right. So this is your process of clearing and releasing. So then you do a little bit. You allow the sadness to go, the grief to go, the anger to go, the frustration to go. Then you check your breath. Is there a little more room for me? And if there is, then you're like, excellent. Like there's just like the door just cracked open just a little bit. And it means that you can live in there. And then as you clear a little more, you breathe in again and you're like, okay, all right, everything's okay. I can live in here. And so then the light that's coming through that door, like it opens just a little bit more. And hopefully by the end of class, then you're like, oh, I can live here. I can live within myself. I can work with myself. Svadhyaya is one of the niyamas. It's in yoga, the things that you don't want to restrain. You want to be able to study yourself and create changes in yourself in an unlimited way. Every time that you can do that kind of work, it's a yes, according to yoga. And every time you want to do someone else's work or change their mind or make them believe what you believe about masks and COVID, that, according to yoga, is not a good use of time. Clear your field. Create something magical inside you. If you can't solve COVID, then just put it off to the side and just pray that we're going to figure this out as a group. You can't do other people's work. We all have to do it together. All right. So, I'm on a soapbox today. Hope you're enjoying it. So we're on to card number 12, and we're going to use impact stimulation again. Card number 12 is stimulate the spine. So you can use flat hands. You can use, if you use your fist, you're using the flat part of the fist. So they call it the eye of the fist in martial arts. And so that is going to go directly on your spine. We'll start at the very bottom of the spine, and we'll tap along the vertebrae. Pardon my Latin grammar. Okay, so then you'll go on each side of each vertebra, trying to stimulate and awaken each of the nerves that then wrap around the body and inform all of your organs. Okay, so we'll go from bottom of the spine up to the top. And if you don't want to use fists, then you'll use so sorry about that. Then you'll use flat hands. Okay? So start at the very base. You can stay seated. I just don't have any room behind me. It's a wall. So go vertebra by vertebra all the way up, right through the sacrum. Sacrum is 5 vertebra. Each vertebra on each side, slapping, impact. Be nice and thorough. You're like, yeah, every single vertebra. Go as high as you can and then widen the hands and come down on the erector spinae, that big fat muscle on either side of your spine. And take your time going through the waistline, going through lower back, sacrum. Good. And then sweep. I'm sorry. Sweep. So sweep all the way down. Sweep down the legs. Sweep down the spine. Shake your hands, shake your hips. You can still do this in a chair. You don't have to get up. Okay, so let's do that whole thing again. All right, so stimulating the spine, either with the flat hands or with the eyes of the fist, flat part of the fist, and start. Kind of hard to reach, right? But start at the very base of the spine, the coccyx, and go vertebra by vertebra. Each side, these are the nerves that wrap around and inform the organs, wake them up, make them feel happy, renewing, rejuvenating, cleansing, detoxing, up to the waistline. As high up to the shoulder blades as you can. Then come, widen the hands, come down on the big fat muscle. Take your time. Good, then widen the hands one more time. Come up on the rib cage. And then come down on the sides of the ribs, sides of the waistline. And do the big bones of the hips. And then we'll do impact stimulation all the way down the legs. So top and bottom, side and side. Definitely do the knees. Definitely shins. Definitely do the ankles. Definitely do the sole of the foot. Ankle, foot, sole of the foot. Clearing breath. You ready? Okay. Inhale. Let's do a shudder. So you're shuddering. You're making the spine go like this. Waking up the organs, waking up the spine, waking up the cells to be receptive, to be willing to receive, willing to be beautiful, bright, excited. Okay, good. So now inhale through the nose. Inhale a little more. Hold the breath. Feel the buzzing. And now exhale like blowing out birthday candles. And take a relaxed breath. Lips are touching, teeth are not. A free flow of energy through the head, the neck, and the body. How does it feel now? Is there any change? Does the body feel more alive? A little bit of tapping, a little bit of stimulation. All right, so let's go back to the thymus. Everything's okay. Everything's okay. So to continue my narration, this time when I do this exercise, everything's okay. There's no thoughts in my mind about Nazi Germany, Tibetan genocide, like none of that came up. So then I'm like, oh, nice. Okay, it cleared. It doesn't mean that I don't care about it. It means that the grip that it has on my body and my cells being able to renew and regenerate has been released. I can still pray about all of these things and still pray that we treat each other better and that we practice ahimsa as we grow, which means that we don't have to harm each other. Everything's okay. Everything's okay. Everything's okay. Everything's okay. Everything's okay. And then, third eye. I am a clear vehicle for healing. I am a clear vehicle for healing, I am a clear vehicle for healing. Top of the head, sky's the limit. The sky is the limit. You know this expression, right? There's no limit. The sky's the limit. The sky's the limit. Back to the third eye. I am a clear vehicle for healing. And thymus, everything's okay. Thank God, everything's okay. Good, and relax the hand down and just send a message like, yeah, I can handle this. Can you feel the tingling in the body? There should be some movement in the cells, some excitement. Feel the body receiving. Or if not receiving, then just open to receiving. Open to inspiration. Good. So we'll just do one of the lengthening breaths. There's two kinds of breathing in this class. So one is the clearing breath, which is not yogic. It is the most efficient way to allow the junk or the old or the constricted to leave the body. So that's right. We're just giving a clear pathway to allow it out. The other breathing that we do in this class is then something that lengthens the breath. And this would be more closer to what you have in yoga, where you would lengthen the duration of the inhale and the exhale. This stimulates and activates the parasympathetic nervous system, which is rest and digest. This is how you can activate something soothing and peaceful. So I'm showing you the whistle card. If you want to whistle, can you see? There we go. If you want to whistle, you can whistle. Otherwise, this card for a while was called Slow Fizzy. And so we pretended that we were a bottle of soda pop that was being released very slowly. Thank you for your blessings. Here we go. You're going to let it out slowly. Let's try for 30 seconds. That's 35. That's 30. Last one. If you're sitting, feet are flat on the floor. If you're lying down, legs and feet relaxed open. Feeling the breath moving through the body. Being open and willing to receive the breath. The breath comes when it wants to. Spontaneously arising from your field. Lips are touching, teeth are not. Breathing in the goodness. Feeling the goodness moving through the body. Through the head, the neck, the shoulders and the heart. The arms and hands. The lungs and organs. Feeling goodness moving through the belly, through through the spine, through the hips, feeling goodness. Feeding goodness through the hips, the legs, the knees, the lower legs, the ankles, the feet, the toes, the soles of the feet, and pouring into the earth. And just so, that waterfall of goodness pouring in through the top of the head, or if you're lying down, pouring in through the heart and the flower opening as the rib cage. Jagadambe Ma Placing the hands on the heart, whether you're lying down or sitting up. We'll just sing together, holding the energy of goodness in our bodies and in our hearts and between our hearts. Holding the prayer field. Jagarambe Ma Jagarambe Ma Jagarambe Ma Jagarambe Ma Jagarambe Ma Jagarambe Ma Continuing to feel a waterfall of goodness coming in through the top of the head, seeping in to all the cells in the body, flowing out the hands and the feet. Thank you so much for joining in this class, for joining in these experiments of how we can bring our energies together, even if we're not in physical form, in order to change the thought field in the universe. When you talk about the earth and its resonance, they call it a Schumann resonance. The earth is humming, and we are humming. So the more that we can amplify that humming, I think the more coherence there will be in our world. So thank you so much. Again, chat me up. I'll leave the windows open just for a few more moments. Chat me up if you have a teenager that you would like to. We don't do the class. We just talk. We talk about kind of like a checklist of things that you could do every day. And each teenager might have 2 or 3 things that they could do every day in the direction of self-care for themselves. All right. Love you so much. Namaste.